Hey, welcome to Half the Battle.
Today, we're going back to the Rise of Cobra toy line based on the movie of the same name. So meet the Steel Crusher APV. This vehicle was released in 2009 with all original parts. And, right off the bat, this thing looks great. It's beautiful. I'm getting some real A-Team vibes here, what with it being black and looking like a van. It's actually a Hummer, and we know this because it says so right there on the back.
Now, I like this thing. I really do.
But, well, there are I wouldn't call them flaws, but you can definitely see some corners were cut when making the toy. For one thing, the front doors do open, but they don't have glass in the windows. Or, well, plastic pretending to be glass, but you know what I mean. The back doors are fake, so they don't open, and where they're supposed to be windows, there's just black plastic. Not even a different shade of black from the rest of the vehicle to make them look like tinted windows. It's easy to get a good look at the interior, which is somewhat nicely detailed. And the reason I can show you this so easily is because there's a big hole in the roof.
A removable sunroof would have been nice.
Detailing is okay, though a lot of the surface is smooth. You do get neat little stuff like molded windshield wipers and both head and tail lights. What is neat is the detailing you don't see when displaying the vehicle. The whole underside is molded to look like the actual underside of a car. Something that's neglected on quite a few of the original toys. I do have to mention, and this is probably the nittiest of picks I've ever done, but the thing appears to have a muffler but no exhaust pipe. Overall, it's a very nice looking vehicle and quite realistic looking, especially for Cobra, since those vehicles tend to have designs that are a bit more out there.
But vehicle mode is just half the battle. Ha!
You see, the Steel Crusher has some nice hidden features. There's a reason why I used a Mask theme song and not the A-Team one for this review.
Though I do love the A-Team theme. Maybe I'll use it in the credits.
This is basically a Mask vehicle if they ever made those in the G.I.Joe scale. Seriously, Hasbro, just do it already. So, it has a battle mode. To transform it, you start with an accessory, as the Steel Crusher came with a bumper of sorts called an iron plow in the instructions. You just attach it to the front. Next, you move the rear part of the roof forward. That reveals a missile launcher in the back that will pop up. There's also a holder for 3 missiles there. Finally, you rotate the blast shield so it covers the front window.
But wait, there's more!
There was a reason those back doors were fake. They conceal a panel containing 1 mini missile each. In battle mode, it really does invoke the jackhammer from Mask, doesn't it? And it's just as cool. This mode also explains the open roof, since there's an opening in the sliding part for a figure to pop out of.
Still, like I said before, an extra sunroof accessory would have been nice.
Also, there's a small hole next to the opening that doesn't seem to serve any purpose in either mode. I'm just guessing, but I think that originally another weapon was supposed to plug in there, or maybe a cover plate, but I guess that in the end it wasn't in the budget. By the way, the panels for the small missiles don't extend out far enough, so if they shoot forward, they'd hit the wheel well covers. There's foot pegs beneath the doors and on top of the roof for figures to stand on. Overall, the Steel Crusher is a damn nice vehicle in both modes, and one of the highlights of the Rise of Cobra toy line. In fact, it's my favorite vehicle from that 2009 set. And that was the only toy the Steel Crusher ever got. Maybe they could reuse the mold for that G.I.Joe sized Mask line I'm always whining about. That's never gonna happen. The back of the box clarifies what APV stands for, namely Armor Plated Vehicle. The rest of the text explains what happens in the movie.
Ah yes, the movie!
The toy did appear in the Rise of Cobra movie for roughly 6 minutes. Now, you might say, duh, it's a toy tie-in, so of course it's in the film. But quite a few of the toys from the Rise of Cobra line just weren't.
The Steel Crusher had a starring role though.
Those 6 minutes involve a chase through Paris where it's pursued by the Joes. It shows off the cool features the toy has, as any good feature-length toy commercial should.
Though there are some differences.
The iron plow comes out of the front Transformer style. Yeah, you can tell they lifted that CGI technique straight from that movie series. It also explains the name as the plow scoops up cars, so steel does get crushed. The side panel has not 1 but 3 missiles, and the cannon that pops out of the back isn't a missile launcher but a pulse cannon. Also, the entire thing can hold more than 2 people. The toy has a dedicated driver, the Nitro Viper, a figure we'll review another time, but in the movie it's just some dude. Well, a Neo Viper in plain clothes, probably. The whole thing is a pretty good action scene, spoiled somewhat by those stupid mechanical suits Duke and Ripcord wear. And that was the Steel Crusher. A very cool vehicle and a highlight of both the toy line and the movie.
Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?